All right, do it a little slower. Okay. Yeah, we're starting all over again.
TV narrator. Claim.
Critical thinking is more important now than it was 70 years ago.
Support. Intense scientists launching space shuttles. Air traffic controls directing airplanes to land. More support. Rewind 70 years.
Man, I wish I was a farmer. I just can't wait till I get older.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, corn, wheat,
Fruit. Oh, what's wrong?
Warrant. Unspoken part of this argument is that the audience will believe that farmers do not need critical thinking skills. Their sons do not need critical thinking skills. But times have changed, and now critical thinking skills are important because of our lifestyle demands them.
Wait a minute. What makes you assume farmers didn't think? My daddy was a farmer, and he was the best critical thinker I ever knew. He had to think about weather, crops, growing seasons, fertilizer, finances, harvesting, and even selling the crops. The thinking he had to do was as sophisticated as any modern scientist.
The old man does not share the unsaid warrant that farmers 70 years ago had fewer demands on their thinking process than modern scientists. Narrator responds with faking for the warrant. Backing.
At least 2 out of 3 farmers of 70 years ago had small farms. They grew food for their families and traded or sold the rest for whatever they needed. The thinking and decision-making required of them was not as complicated and demanding as that required of modern scientists. Your father was an exception.
Old man may not accept this and challenge the source of the figures. If so, the cycle continues with another claim, support, and warrant. Camera shifts to rebuttal. Scene 4. Modern science professor takes exception and makes her own claim.
The critical thinking required 70 years ago was demanding and sophisticated. Critical thinkers of that time had to figure out how to get the country out of the service recession, and they had to develop the technology to win World War II.
These options are then supported by pictures of the individuals thinking and other factual evidence.
Narrator.
Then needs to qualify the original claim by adding modifying words and phrases such as sometimes, seems to be, maybe, or possibly. Restated claim.
Critical thinking. Because of modern science seems to some people to be more important now than it was 70 years ago.